Hello and welcome to Cinema Sense, the show where I give my 2 cents on whether or not a movie may be worth your hard-earned cash at the box office. I'm your host and unqualified film critic, Bryce Cooke, and today we're going to be talking about the new horror adventure comedy, Zombieland Double Tap. In Zombieland Double Tap, we catch up with Columbus, Tallahassee, Wichita, and Little Rock, 10 years after the events that transpired in the original Zombieland film. After a decade of surviving through the end of civilization together, our protagonists have gotten pretty proficient at fighting off zombie hordes. But our little makeshift family will have to nut up or shut up when they are forced to face off against a new, more ferocious brand of zombie, and perhaps their greatest foe yet, their own emotional baggage. With the plot synopsis complete, let's jump into what's good about this film. Much like its predecessor, Zombieland Double Tap delivers a satisfying blend of action, comedic wit, familiar horror themes, and just a dash of heart. Despite the literal decade between Zombieland and Zombieland Double Tap, I was pleasantly surprised how well the creative team behind this film was able to replicate the tone that made the first Zombieland film so popular. The core Zombieland cast, including Jesse Eisenberg, Woody Harrelson, Emma Stone, and Abigail Breslin, have all gained greater notoriety and arguably have grown as actors since their 2009 roles in the original Zombieland. I mean, they've all either been nominated or won awards since that time. But despite what may have changed, the actors seem to fit comfortably back into their roles and were able to replicate their original on-screen chemistry extremely well. Removing the natural aging of the cast for a moment, if you watch Zombieland and Zombieland Double Tap back to back, I'm not sure that you could tell that there was a 10-year hiatus between the two films. That's how close they are able to replicate the tone, and that's really important given that their relationships are a core component of the comedy that's found in this film. But as with most things, there is usually room for improvement. So here are my thoughts on what I felt to be the less than great aspects of this film. The film takes a hot minute to get us reacquainted with the main characters and catch us up on their lives before making any substantial moves into the main plot. I suppose this is to be expected given the amount of time that has passed between this film and its predecessor, but it still didn't make for a very thrilling start. Perhaps the greatest offense in this film, though, is its extremely poor use of its new zombie plot device. I'll speak vaguely to avoid spoilers, but there was a new zombie element introduced into this film's cinematic environment that had a lot of potential to ramp things up and make this movie just as exhilarating as an action film as it is a comedy. We are given an awesome scene that really demonstrates the potential for this new plot device to raise the stakes for our four protagonists. But then it's just wasted. In the end, this new challenge our merry band of survivors face doesn't feel any different than some of the challenges they faced in the past, and this new plot device just feels breezed over. I just found this new zombie element to be one of the more interesting aspects of this film and was let down when they didn't do more with it. But with what I found to be the best and worst parts of this film, let's talk about what I thought overall. Honestly, it boils down to this. If you liked the original Zombieland, then it's a pretty good bet that you're gonna like Zombieland Double Tap. The tone, the look, and the audience experience all felt very comfortable and familiar, which, as a fan of the original film, I appreciated. But this movie was absolutely made for the franchise fans. If you didn't like the original Zombieland, then Double Tap probably won't convert you. It's by no means a perfect flick, but ultimately I had a lot of fun watching it, and I would happily recommend it to any of my fellow Zombieland fans out there. But that's just my 2 cents on the subject. Do you agree? Disagree? Let me know in the comments because I would love to hear your thoughts. And if you enjoyed my review, consider giving this video a like and subscribing to the channel so you can catch all the future episodes. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time on Cinema Sense.